Hey, how's everybody doing out there? This is Jerry from the Neutral Corner, and I just dropped my pen, but that's all right. It's live, and we're gonna pick up the pen right now. How's everybody doing, man? So just a little bit of homework here, or housework, ever how you want to put it. Bonato's boxing, man. I'll tell you what. If you didn't get to see round one of the fights, there's another event coming up this weekend. You're gonna want to check it out, man. Tickets are available at the door. Great atmosphere, great fighters. I got two great fighters on tonight, making a name for themselves in the boxing world, and they got a rich history in combat sports, if you will. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about their fights coming up, and you can join in the chat if you want, and we'll get questions to you. I'm going to go over to my phone right now, and I'm going to share it on my Facebook. And they're welcome to do the same, to share the show. And again, you can chat live in the comments with us, ask our guests any questions, and it's just going to be a conversation of boxing. Bonato's boxing did a tremendous job with the first part of the tournament this Saturday. It was great, man, to see so many great fighters, so many great coaches, so many great gyms from all over New England coming into the great city of Fall River, Massachusetts. I think it's great what Aaron's doing, and he's doing it the right way, and he's got everybody involved. Justin, how are you? Justin's in, and it's just a great show. So I have two brothers that are actually boxing out of Bonato's boxing gym, and their names are Dan and Alex Nenaviv, and I may say the last name wrong, but they'll correct me if I am wrong. And they're great guys. They work really hard at what they do. So we're not going to take up too much more of your time. And at the end of the show, I'll talk a little bit more about the tournament and how you can get tickets and things like that. So we're going to bring on Dan and Alex out of Bonato's boxing, and we're going to give them a chance to talk a little bit about their journey in boxing. Dan and Alex, welcome to the Neutral Corner.
Thanks. What's up, Jerry? How's it going,
What's
Jerry?
happening, guys?
Good. How about you?
Good, man. It's good. It's good to see you guys. You guys are in the gym right now. You guys working out?
Yeah, we're just about to get some training in for tonight.
Nice. Look at that. So I want to thank you for taking time out of your training to be with us here on a Neutral Corner, man. So what's happening, man? How you guys feeling? How's everything going, man? Staying cool in this heat?
It's a hot one, but yeah, we're doing our best to stay cool. Yeah,
we appreciate you having us today.
Absolutely, man. I got a chance to talk with you and your brother at the fight. It was a great atmosphere, you guys. That was a great night.
Those fights were awesome.
Wow, what an event! Yeah.
Yeah, great event. You know what I mean? You guys are preparing. I know you got a bye, right? So you guys will be on a battleship fighting, and I'm going to be there also and talking with fighters. So let me ask. We'll go, and I don't know who's older or who's older.
I'm older. I'm 21, and he's 19.
Wow. So you guys are not too much older. So Dan, we're going to start with you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
You good with that?
Yes.
I wanted to start with the younger one first. So look, I know both of you. You can both answer these questions. You guys started in wrestling, right? When you guys were younger.
Well, at a young age, we would go down to New York and we'd wrestle down there. A couple of tournaments over the summer, and we always been wrestling our whole life. I've been wrestling my whole life, all the way through high school, and I'm still doing a couple of wrestling at my jiu-jitsu school up in Fitchburg. I still train up there.
Yeah, he was a high level wrestler. He actually came in third in the state of Massachusetts his senior year at heavyweight division.
You made it to the sectionals, right?
I won the sectionals and I came in third in the state.
Yeah. Wow, man. So you guys have been into this little combat sport for a long time, man. You know what I mean? And so you and not only now, Alex, you didn't wrestle, did you?
No, I did karate and some Krav Maga when I was younger.
And Krav Maga, right? And Muay Thai, right? You both earned your black belts?
Yeah,
we're both black belts in karate.
Yeah, we both have
actually our whole family's black belts.
Yeah, mom and dad also, right?
Yes.
Correct. Yes.
Your dad's been in combat sports since what? Like he was 10 years old?
Yeah, he's been wrestling his whole life, and then he got into MMA when he was older. He took an MMA fight when he was what was he 44, I think.
And he knocked out
Wow.
a 20. He knocked out a 21-year-old in his first fight.
First mistake these young guys make is thinking we're an old guy, man.
You don't
We
want to
got
get hit by those guys, no.
no,
Especially
man,
at
no,
that weight
absolutely
class,
not.
265.
That's awesome. So look, man. So how long did you guys? So you wrestled all the way through high school. You made it. You won the sectionals and you came third in the state. And so you're done with wrestling now, right, Dan?
Well, I still wrestle at my school in I go to school in Fitchburg. There's an
Yep.
MMA school up there. I go to. It's a Kelly MMA. I do I do wrestling in there, like practice. Also jujitsu and my boxing. I work up there too.
So are you both still? Are you doing Alex? Are you doing Muay Thai too?
I'm strictly boxing here at Bernardo's.
Wow, wow.
I train here like about six or 7 days a week. I come down here and yeah, I work on my boxing. Yeah.
So how did you guys land at Bernardo's Boxing? How did you find Coach Aaron? How did that work out? Because I know you coming from the wrestling background and the Muay Thai background, black belt, and now you're both in boxing. Obviously, Dan's still doing wrestling. But how did you find Aaron?
So we found him through Mike Casado. He used to be my coach over at Elite Boxing. He introduced me to Coach Aaron. But it was about 2 or 3 years ago. And I fell in love with Coach as soon as the day I met him. He gave me a lot of opportunities. He improved my boxing skills leaps and bounds. Yeah, Coach has been great. Yeah, he's a great mentor for me, and I look up to him a lot.
Absolutely, Aaron's been in the game a very long time, and he's come from real humble beginnings. Me and Aaron go way back, and yeah, I remember Aaron starting, and to see where Aaron is now, nothing was given to your coach. He worked his ass off for everything he has, and it's not easy putting these tournaments on, and it takes a lot of work. He's got a good team, and his wife and Justin help him out. We got another Justin that just commented. He says, "God damn, these are some bad dudes you have on the show today." So
Yes, sir, Justin.
absolutely, I love it. I love it. So look, man. I mean, so you met Aaron. Now, how was it making that transition from Muay Thai and wrestling and into boxing? Did you find yourself fitting in well, or was there a little adjustment period? Both, any one of you can answer it.
I feel like we came into boxing like very like unskillful at first, but then Aaron has helped us like improve a lot. Made us like the fighters we are today, making us as tough as we are, and just learning every day we come here.
It's training, and it's discipline,
The
man.
grind.
You gotta
It's those
commit
hours you
yourself.
put in. Yeah.
Absolutely, and the thing is, you guys have been around it your whole life, from wrestling, Muay Thai, boxing. You've been around a whole, and it seems like, because I met your parents over the weekend, and it seems like you got a really good support system, and I think that's important in any sport that you do.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Our support system is everything to us, at least to me. Both, yeah, my parents have given me a lot and have given us a lot, and we're blessed to just we're blessed to do our thing, and it's pretty much all because of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and so when you guys go to, you don't know who you're fighting yet on a battleship. That's what's crazy about the amateur fights, right? You don't know who you're fighting, man, right? You have no idea.
Yeah,
yeah,
the two options we have we're gonna fight are fighting this weekend, and we fight the winners of those fights.
we'll know
So
after Saturday who we're fighting. Yeah.
yeah, you'll know after Saturday, so you can kind of prepare yourselves for it. You know what I mean? I mean, Alex, you have 17 fights as an amateur,
I do. Yes, and yeah.
so you're a
So,
two-time New England champ, right?
correct. Yes.
And so I'm gonna sit with you for a little bit and talk with you. So you got 17 fights. You're a two-time New England champion. in 2 weight classes. So you fought at 176 and 189.
So I fought at 165, 176, 189, and then now this is gonna be my first in my fourth
203.
weight division, 203.
Yeah, like how are you? Is that it's not affecting you in any way, slowing you down, draining you out, or nothing like that? You're kind of fitting right in with the weight changes.
65 is a little bit of a weight cut, but I feel pretty good at 65. I feel really good at 76. 89, I feel good and big and strong, and then 203, I feel my biggest and strongest.
So what's your walk around weight?
I walk around. I can get up as high as like 210.
Wow.
Yeah, I get pretty big. Yeah, I'm a big boy. I'm pretty tall too. I have a long reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm about 6 foot. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 foot. So and you made it to the Southern New England Golden Gloves, but you came up short in 2 tough fights, right?
Yeah. You said New England, Golden
Yeah.
Gloves.
Yep.
Yeah. I had a tough fight in the finals. Against Anthony Rodriguez. He was a tough fighter. He went pretty far in the national tournament. And it was a good test. And that's one of my goals though, to win the Golden Gloves.
Yeah. So
Um,
you're obviously going to be going into Golden Gloves this year too, right? Are you
uh,
entering?
100%, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. Absolutely. I wouldn't drop out. And Dan, you made it to the Southern New England Golden Gloves too, coming up in a short. So you guys have been right there. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's just sometimes style makes fights. It's what the judges see, and there's a lot that plays into it. So let me go over to Dan. Right? I mean, you had a tough fight in the New England Golden Gloves champ in the finals.
Yeah, I did. I fought a kid named Glenn Gaines. I lost a split decision to him. I thought it was pretty close. I thought I had it the judges, but they saw it the other way. But
And
it
that's
is
the
what it
thing.
is.
So are you you're going to be entering the Golden Gloves also, right?
Yeah, I am.
So let me ask you this: what did you learn about you? And I always ask this question because and I say this a lot, that you don't really know the type of fighter you are until you come up against some adversity that you didn't plan for, right? So what are you looking for going into the Golden Gloves this year? I know you got the battleship. But going into the Golden Gloves, is the goal is not to leave it in the judges' hands? Are you trying for the knockout, or are you just trying to put on a better performance where the judge see it differently?
Well, coming off that close loss, it's been giving me a lot of motivation to get better, and I've just been grinding in the gym. I'm seeing improvements coming up. I think
Yeah,
it's not going to go to the judges this time.
absolutely, absolutely, man. And I'm going to be there to see that. So what's the difference? And I know what the difference is, but the training and everything is a little different in Muay Thai than it is, because you're kicking. You're not. Are you doing punching? Because I'm really don't know much about Muay Thai. Is it like a kickboxing? What is Muay Thai like compared to
Well, right
boxing?
now I'm doing a MMA like training up in Fitchburg, so it's
Yeah,
like it's kicking, takedowns, punching,
yeah.
like
Is boxing
ground and
helped you in that?
pound.
Your
What?
stand-up game must be really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So you like MMA or you like boxing?
I like both, but I think I'm gonna switch to MMA in the probably hopefully next year. I'll be ready.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, and I hear you. I mean, it's up to you whatever you
I'm just
want to
working
do.
on my standing right now down in Bernardo's
Yeah.
boxing.
So what's the goal? What's the goal for you, Dan? And is to get into the UFC? Is that something that you want to do, or be a pro fighter?
Yeah, I want to get into the UFC when I'm older. That's been always my goal. But I
Yeah.
also want to
Yeah.
be a police officer. I want to work for the state police. I'm currently at school studying for that.
You're in the program now, correct?
I am at Fitchburg State.
How was baseball? You played a little baseball?
Yeah, I do. I'm a pitcher for the Fitchburg State Falcons.
Best
I
pitch.
also
What do you got? What do you got? Curve. What's your best pitch?
I throw a slider, curveball, and my fastball's pretty hard.
I hit your fastball 410 feet easy with a wood bat.
We can run
Hey,
anytime
you
you
right?
want.
Hey, Alex. Yep. Short to it,
Yes,
long
sir.
through it. You know how you hit a curveball, Dan?
How?
Don't miss the fastball.
Yeah.
Hey, my son played college baseball too. He was a catcher. He played for UMass Dartmouth. Those are the things we used to talk about. You don't miss the fastball, and you'll never see a curve, man. So you got a lot going on, man, and you keep yourself busy. And how are you balancing school? How are you with your boxing and your MMA and all this stuff? How are you balancing that? You got to have good time management.
Yeah, I'm very busy at school. So in the morning, I usually have lift at 6 a.m. And then from 6 a.m. I go to class, usually around like 10. After like classes, like my 2 classes I usually have a day. After class, I go to baseball like 3:30, and then I go to boxing at night and wrestling some nights.
Wow, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So Alex, you were in school, but you're concentrating on your opportunities for boxing, right? Is that what you're more focused on? Is boxing right now? You just tunnel vision, going straight for it. I'm sure your goal is to go pro, right?
Yeah, I'm all in the boxing. My goal is to turn pro. I help with the teach the kids class here at Bernardo's Boxing. We both do, me and my brother, and
Yeah.
we help other helpers, Bobby. Um, yeah, I'm really focused on boxing right now. And yeah, training as much as I can, and learning as much as I can. Trying to
Yeah.
stay very disciplined with how I live. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So you went. I'm 165, 176, 189, 203. Where do you wanna set yourself where you feel comfortable? What weight class do you want to stay in?
When I feel good at 76. That's I think is where I'm best at. Uh, 89 I feel good too. But I mean any weight division. I mean I'm willing to take on anyone.
Oh, I
Uh,
love that. I love that.
let's
I
let's
love
go.
that. I
Yeah.
love that.
You can make any of those things right
Absolutely,
I
man. That
mean
that
I'm willing. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Let's see who's out there. Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome. I
Whoever
mean, I
wants to
mean to
smoke.
to be yeah. So I mean, to get ready for the battleship is going to be taking. Alex Loeb says, "Gangsta." I don't know if you know Alex. Alex, welcome. Alex Lopez says, "Gangsta." You know what I mean? So, I mean, going back to Alex. Look, I know you were in school, so you kind of stepped aside for a little bit and to
Yep.
focus on your boxing. And who's your favorite boxer? I gotta do something. Who and staying with that, who's your favorite boxer? Who do you look up to the most? Let me ask you, who's your biggest inspiration in boxing?
I looked up to a couple different guys. I've always looked up to Tyson Fury. I like Caleb Plant. I look up to. Um, Canelo. I look up to. Um, Even what Jake Paul's got going on.
What?
He
You like
he
Jake Paul?
he's doing.
Tell him, Dan. Tell him, Jake Paul. Now, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
I mean, it's not. He's not doing it the traditional way, but I respect it. He gets butts in the seats, and I looks like he's putting in the work. I mean,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I mean, I'm not a fan, but I like what he's doing. I think he's a good businessman. But I want to see him fight someone a real fighter. You know what I mean? The last time he
Yeah,
did that was Tim Tszyu, and he lost.
Yeah.
he's fighting Mike
Yeah.
Perry. I don't
So
think.
not Tim Tszyu. It was Fury's brother. It was Fury's brother, Tom Fury,
Tommy Fury.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he lost. So I see him working hard. I see him. He wants to take on Mike Tyson. I get it, but I think, what do you like about Tyson Fury that brings you to be a fan of Tyson Fury?
Well, I've always he's a hard worker. He's a champion. He does a great job. Does a great job with his family. He he's a really outstanding guy. Yeah.
His head movement's crazy. Very good head movement.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Dan? You look a little bit like Jake Paul, man.
That's what a lot of people say about me.
So Tyson Fury, I think he's a great fighter, and I think, fighting Usyk, I think he's seen a little different side of boxing, right? It's punching down too. So where you're at, you said, Alex, that you were at like 6 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So most of the guys you fight are at your height or just maybe 5'10", 5'9". You know what I mean? So I like Tyson Fury. I think he's going to come back, and I think you're going to see a different side of Tyson Fury. And that's what I like about Tyson Fury is, he takes on tough fights. He's not afraid to fight. Canelo, I like Canelo, but I think he ducks a few fighters, and I think these guys are so worried about losing that zero. And I don't want to blame Mayweather for that, but I call that the Mayweather effect. But if you go back and watch boxing, all the greats lost one or two or three or four fights. It's not about the loss. It's about how you come back from a loss and how you fight after that, right? Because it can have a huge mental effect on you. But I think Tyson Fury has shown that. I mean, even when he fought Deontay Wilder and got knocked down and came up, I think that's great. So let me ask you this, Aaron, great coach, right? I mean, talk to me, both of you, when he brings that. I watch him in the corner. I was watching him in the corner Saturday, and he brings so much energy. And I was talking. I had a little interview with Mason after his fight, and I asked him this question, and I'll ask you guys. Talk to me about the energy Aaron brings to that corner when you're in that corner.
Yeah, Aaron's gets us fired up in the corner. Like, if we lose a round, he'll tell us, and we'll always like fire back, and he gives us good advice in between rounds every time. And like coming off that stool, you want to go right through. Like you want to go right through someone.
Yeah. How about you, Alex? What do you get? Same.
Yeah. Good thing for a coach's loud voice. I can hear him very clearly, even when I'm in the ring. I can always listen to him. So he gives me like little small tips. That, yeah, he's giving me game plans mid round that have changed the fight, and it went from probably what was going to be a loss to a win.
Yeah, he brings a lot of great energy. Aaron's a great. He reminds me of like I don't know if you guys are familiar with Teddy Atlas.
Yes, yeah, very similar, yeah.
Yeah. He brings that energy. You know what I mean? So let me ask you, what are you looking forward to on the Battleship, man? I mean, have you fought on the Battleship before? Because I know Aaron did it. I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before. Did you both fight on that?
I fought on it in 2022. Yeah.
I didn't start boxing until like a year and 2 months ago. But I watched Alex. I watched Alex on the Battleship, and it really inspired me to get into boxing. So now I'm here fighting with him.
How has boxing helped you guys? And Dan, how has boxing helped you in school and in life? Alex, same question to you. How has it helped you in life, man, and things like that? How has boxing helped you?
Boxing keeps me like really busy during the day. Like every day I'm coming down here training, and like it just motivates me to get better and better each day.
How's it helped you in life? How's it helped you in school? How's it helped you with baseball?
It's helped me like get into good shape, and like I've lost 60 pounds since starting boxing. So
wow,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, maybe I should start training with Coach Aaron because I can lose a few pounds too, man. I gotta get in there with him. You know what I mean? Alex, same with you. How's boxing helped you in the real world, man?
Well, boxing has taught me a lot about discipline. Yeah, it's taught me that um, you can learn from a loss. Yeah, there's a lot to learn, and
Just get better after every fight, like just making yourself better.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I hear you. Um, let me ask you. Have you guys spot each other?
Yeah, we spar each other like
all the
all the time.
all the time, JJ.
Do you really to get those
You-
competitive juices going?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we give each other some good work and give each other like some
Absolutely.
good pointers too, like while sparring to like
So
improve
it's
our
not about
game.
it's not about who's the better fighter, right? It's about let's make each other better so we can go out there and compete and be successful together. Look at here comes the legend himself in the background, Coach Aaron. What's up, Coach? So
What's going
it's
on,
not
man?
it's not about killing each other in there and figuring out who's better than who. You ain't got time for that. You guys got goals and aspirations, and it's about helping each other to be the best version of each other, right? That's what it's about.
Yes, sir.
yeah,
And see who can leave with the biggest concussion.
Coach Aaron's in the house. So, Aaron, how is it? Let me ask you, working with these two, I'm sure their personalities are different. How are you? How are you navigating through that, and how do you get through to each of them? Because they're different. I mean, they look different, right?
Yeah,
The hair. I'm just by the hair.
like
I'm loving it.
like Mr. Miyagi says, different but same.
Yeah, yeah,
Different but
yeah,
same. They both they have their own unique personalities. You know what I mean? Different ways they come across in their personal life and how they talk with me and stuff like that. But they both have a tenacity about them, unlike anything I've really ever seen in all my years coaching. Both these guys together, um, they train their asses off. I don't have to ask them to do much. If I do ask them, they say how high. Ask them to jump how high. Um, they're workhorses, and it comes out in their sparring, it comes out in their fights. At the end of the day, I always tell guys, um, you could be the most talented guy, you could be the best boxer, you can have all the skills in the world. Well, you can always can I swear on this?
yeah.
You can always outwork and out tough a motherfucker.
Absolutely, man. And that's the
Always.
thing, man. Is outwork, outlast, baby. You know what I
And
mean?
these two
What's
guys right
separate?
here, I know we talked about some of the shortcomings in the Golden Gloves and stuff like that, but
Yeah,
Alex here being a two-time New England champion
doing
beat two guys that he wasn't supposed to be. He wasn't supposed to be. Okay, and Alex is an open class champion, and the New England is one of the biggest tournaments in the world. You're talking about all of New England, where the Southern New England Golden Gloves, you're boxed out to just Southern New England.
right.
Okay, when we go
And
to
the
New
New
England
England champ, it's
championships,
all of New
this
England.
is all of New England, the wide scope, and this dude was the best in two weight classes, 2 years in a row. Okay,
Yeah, two-time
um,
New England champ. Alex, how does that feel when I introduce you as a two-time New England champion, and then you hear coach? What does that make? How does that make you feel for those accomplishments that you had, man? You're a badass,
um,
bro. Let it out. Seriously, you
it
earned
makes
that
me
right.
happy, but I got more to do, man. I'm looking down there, man. I'm here to be the best. So I'm not here to
Absolutely.
just take part. I'm here to take over.
That's what I want, baby. See, hey, listen, Alex, man, I love that humbleness, and at the same time, yeah, look, man, I love those accomplishments, but the job's not done, baby. Yeah, I got more to do. You know what I mean? And I
I'm
think
not
that I
done.
think and like Coach Aaron says, man, I mean, outwork, outlast, man. You may be better skilled or whatever, but when we get in the ring, I got that dog. I got that dog, and you ain't gonna outwork me, man. I'm gonna hit you with everything I got. If you're gonna beat me because you're just that much better than me. I'm not gonna beat myself, and I love that about you. That I love what you just said. I got a lot more to do. That's exciting to me, and I can see why you put different things aside to focus more on that? Because I can see the look in your face right now. You're not playing games. This is real for you. This is real for you. And I love your brother. I mean, your brother's honest, right? He loves MMA. He's playing baseball. He's boxing, black belt in Muay Thai, sectional champ, the number 3 in the state in wrestling. You guys are, just like Aaron said, same but different, right? And so going to you, Dan, talk to me about the coming up short in the Golden Gloves. I know you're going to be in the Golden Gloves this year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
He's winning it.
Yeah,
and
we
he's
should have won it
winning.
last year
You
too.
hear your brother? Did you hear your brother?
That's another story.
Did you hear
Just
your
getting
brother?
better
And
every
he's
day.
winning. I just got a comment and it said, Alex just made me want to run through a brick wall. Let's go. I mean, come on. That's what these young fighters. Look, you guys are training. I'm sure there's been times you guys have missed cookouts, right? You guys have missed birthday parties. You've missed certain things because you had to train. You've given up things, right? You sacrificed. And that's what it takes. Alex looks like he wants to jump through the ring and beat me up.
I want to, so one thing I will say is both these guys, and Alex especially, there's a switch that sometimes you have to turn on when it comes fight time, right? And you can be mild-mannered, and the way these two, it's almost like an alter ego. When the lights come on, it's when it matters. There's gym fighters, and then there's guys that perform under the lights. And these two gentlemen right here are not gym fighters. When they get under the lights is when they do their best work. My pre-fight warm-up with these guys, there is no such thing as getting out any anxieties, okay? They are ready to kill. They're ready to kill me, and they're ready to kill that guy. Alex is winning the Marciano last year after he already won the New England Championships.
Wow.
It was the fight of the tournament. He beat a kid who competes at super heavyweight. So the kid was bigger than me, you know what I mean? And Alex just ran over him. And Dan is one of the most tenacious athletes I've ever met in my life. Like, he takes his MMA training and everything like that, and he brings it into boxing. And his hands have tightened up so much. And this is one thing I want to say about Dan, who's won the CYO belt last year. He's coming for the battle belt this year. He had a big win at Winter Warfare, 2 wins in the Golden Gloves to get to the finals. Should have been a win in the finals, but, boxing's boxing, so we move forward, right? We just keep it going.
Complaining,
but
no bitching,
Dan's
absolutely.
debut fight was against an open class fighter.
Wow.
Okay, so the kid already had 10 fights, and Dan had 0 bouts, 0 boxing experience, and he came in against an open class fighter, and he went the distance, and he gave him hell. Okay, I got guys that, there's guys in my tournament right now that probably should be open class already, and they're still in novice divisions.
Yeah,
and
whatever. I just want to say, I think they were born into this, and I think we got to give a lot of props to mom and dad, both black belts, both been in the combat sports, and
100%.
I'm looking at them right now, and I've interviewed many fighters, Devin Alexander, DeMarcus Cole. I've interviewed world champions, legends, Hall of Famers, and I'm watching these 2 amateurs right here. They're giving me it's like the death stare. They're taking this interview series. They're not. And Aaron, I'm being straight up honest. There's no bullshit. They're ready. They want to go at it right now, man. So how do you harness that, Aaron, and how do you kind of pull the reins in on them guys?
Yeah, you have to. Like, these guys right here, they'll spar 6 days a week, you know what I mean? And we actually just had a team meeting about that. Like, my team's very close-knit. Like I said, it's very close-knit. It's very organized. I got training going on right now downstairs, and once these guys are done with you, they'll hop right into the circuit, and those are things we have to be smart about. These guys, they'll spar every single day, 8 rounds a day. Anybody who I put in front of them, guys, bigger weight classes, they don't really care. They'll go against anybody. And I always put my money on them no matter what. But I got to pull them in sometimes, so we limit our sparring days. We do a lot of timing and drilling and just working this and working the skills on the side of the sparring. And recovery and rest is almost as important sometimes as the actual fights. Not the fights, but the sparring. The heavy sparring and the heavy training. Sometimes your rest and recovery is just even more important. So you have to learn how to balance the two. And that's the only thing I really have to do with these guys.
And that's what you're talking about. You don't want to overtrain. You know what I mean?
No, you want to peak at the right time. And being amateurs who fight so often, These guys just fought, a month or two ago, so now they're fighting again. And if they would have had more guys in their class, they probably would have already had another fight under their belts.
Right.
Mason just fought last week, Chris just fought last week. We just keep it going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, you
Yeah.
got to peak at the right times. Measure yourself, measure your pace, and that's my job, kind of to reel these guys in, because if it was up to them, they'd go balls to the wall every single day.
Absolutely. So let me ask now: have you either of you ever watched yourself fight on film on any of the matches you've been in? Go back and watch yourself.
Yeah, my dad records all of our fights, and we go back and watch them, just seeing like different things we can work on during training. And like some things I've been working on recently is my head movement and my defenses for my upcoming fight. I'm gonna be fighting on the battleship, so
Yeah,
just working on those
absolutely. Yeah,
couple
man. I
things.
think yeah, that's and Dad's going to be a huge help, man. He's a huge supporter. Mom as well. And I think it's important that you go back and watch, because there's always things we can work on, right? Shooting a jab and getting off the line and moving that head, not sitting
Mhm.
in front. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. I think that's great, Aaron. I mean, you got a good stable, man. And it
Yeah,
wasn't given to you. You earned it. I know where you came from. I know how you started. I know you boxed. You got a lot of experience, but where I remember you training in other gyms to where you are now I think is great, and you've earned this stable. These guys have come to you for a reason, and and
yeah,
and I think you should be proud of yourself too. And I was going to tell these guys before they came in the room, and you can leave the room or not. I'm going to tell them the same thing. Look, a lot of fighters, when I was boxing, trust was a big issue. You have to trust your corner, right? You have to trust them to give you the best advice. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, you could trust Aaron all day. Where he comes from, it's old school, and he earned every single thing he's got, and he's still earning his shit today. There's a lot of trainers, a lot of these pop up gyms. I've seen Aaron training guys, and he's got a little bit of the old school, a little bit of the new school, and he blends them together. And that's why I think he's been so successful, you guys. You have to agree with that, no?
Yeah,
better because
He's the best coach you could ask for.
I mean, yeah, coach's accolades speak for themselves. Not to mention, yeah, when you meet him, yeah, I mean, I was starstruck the day I met him.
Yeah,
yeah, both these
look,
kids,
man.
I care about both these guys deeply. Like I care about all my fighters. I develop deep relationships with them, some even deeper than others. These two guys right here, they have an amazing father and an amazing mother, but like they feel like sons to me. Like I want my sons to grow up and be like these two kids right here. And
Yeah.
I think they will be, and I hope they will be. And my sons look up to these boys as well. They absolutely love them. And if both of them decided they didn't want to box anymore tomorrow, I would still do anything for them. You know what I mean? The
Wow.
relationship goes
Wow.
beyond the sport. And big shout out to their father, Bill Nenevy, and Stephanie Nenevy. They're both amazing support systems, amazing people. They've done a lot for me as well, just supporting my business and supporting my journey, and just being kind to me and my family, my wife. They're just amazing people, and they're also dangerous people in a good way. But
Yeah, I know that they're both
it's
black
one of
belts.
those things. They really live the martial arts lifestyle, and they've lived it their whole entire lives, and they've instilled it into their sons, and that's what I love here. You know what I mean? A lot of gyms. I think Justin, like Justin mentioned, your producer Justin mentioned it on our last show. A lot of boxing gyms you walk into, and it's a little standoffish, and it's a little, kind of intimidating sometimes. And yeah, listen, we have hard sparring here, we have hard rounds and tough guys here, but my kids are downstairs right now, running around, playing around right now. My wife's here cleaning stuff up, and it's a good environment to be in. It's a family friendly environment. We don't breed no tough guy attitudes here. We just breed love and compassion, and at the same time toughness and grit, and we blend the two really well. And I'll be honest with you. I'm at the point in my career, in my business, and by the grace of God and hard work, I don't need every single member. You know what I mean? I don't need 100, 50 people, 100 people in my gym at one time. I don't need big title boxing classes with 100 people hitting the bag for no reason. I keep it small. I keep it all. I keep it humble. And the people that are here at night with me are the people I want here at night with me. And if I don't want you here at night, you won't be here at night with me.
Right. Yeah.
That's pretty much how I run my business. And
Yeah, look at man, you can take over the world with three bad mofos, man. You
three
can
bad
take the
dudes, that's all you
world
need.
over.
Yeah.
And I think you got a solid group, and your team I think is great. Your wife's great; she helps you out. My wife helps you with my show. I mean, if you look at the notes that I have here, it's very well neat, very well organized. She kind of got it to where you guys started with the wrestling, down to the Muay Thai, down to the boxing, and down to mom and dad. So it takes a family, and I think I want to give a huge shout out to your parents. I think that you know, any moms watching this show, you know, you ain't gonna worry about these two guys. They're being raised well, man.
Look how handsome they are.
Yeah, I know they are, man. I love the hair. Look, Dan, I love the hair, man. I love it, man. I love it. But look, guys, continue to work hard and listen to your coach. And that's the thing is trust, man. You got to have that trust. And I think it's that trust comes with building that relationship, and when it comes within training, you know what I mean. I love the attitude. I love the humbleness, but at the same time, you guys have got that killer instinct. I can tell.
As well. Jerry, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go.
All right, Aaron. Absolutely, we got a little bit more time. I'm gonna let them go in a little bit so they can get back too.
Yeah,
but look, guys, I want to give Alex this moment right now to thank anybody you want to thank that has helped you out along your way. Before we do that, what the Neutral Corner wants to do is we want to be able to have these gyms like Aaron Bonato's Boxing, and there's so many other gyms within Fall River and surrounding areas that we want to give you an opportunity to come on here and tell your story and give your experiences. So I want you to take a moment right now and just talk a little bit about your experience and your journey through boxing, and give a shout out to everyone that's helped you and supported you along the way. So I'm going to give you the time you need to do that, and then we'll move on to Dan. So go ahead, Alex. It's your time now, man. Let it out.
All right. Well, you already touched a lot of the people I want to thank. I want to thank my parents for always being very supportive. I want to thank Coach Aaron for everything he's done for me. I want to thank some of my teammates. My brother Dan, of course. Mason Almeida, Axel Lopez, Giovanni Lopez, Mike Brooks, Joe Brooks, Bobby, who else? Josh Roberts.
It's okay if you forget, man. You're showing love to all of them, man.
Teammates. Yeah, a lot of teammates. Yeah,
they're all killers.
Everyone's a killer. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And look, man. Go ahead, Dan. Your turn. I want you to have a shot at this also, man. Go ahead.
Well, I want to shout out everyone at this gym, basically, but because iron sharpens iron, and everyone here is pushing each other every day to get better. And I want to give a huge shout out to my coach, Aaron. He's been making the guy I am today, just pushing me to the limits I'm supposed to go. Because I know I have a lot more left in the tank, and I know he's going to get me to that level where I want to be.
Yeah.
I also want to give a shout out to my parents. They've been helping me every day, just with everything. They have all the support for us. Me and Alex, they help us with everything we need. Also, shout out to my coach at Kelly MMA, Coach Kelly. He's helped me with my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu, my stand-up too. And that's basically it.
Yeah, I think that's great, man. And I love the it's not so much about competition with you two. It's more about how can we help each other get better and be successful in the sports we want to be. And I think you got a good team over there with Mason, with Alex, with Chris, with Tony. Tony's a pro fighter now, and I know he helps you guys out a lot. And I think that's what's going to make you guys successful. Like Aaron said, you don't need a gym with 100 people. You just need a few solid guys and a real solid team. And I think that's what you got. I think you really landed in a good gym where you can trust one another. And when you get in the ring with each other, it's not about, you get in there with Mason, spar with Mason, or you get in there with Alex and spar with Alex, or you get in there and spar with Chris, or whoever you get in there. It's about making each other better and working on things and bettering your skill and sharpening that iron. You know what I mean? And I think it takes that. You know, and I think he got that at Bernardo's boxing. And you know, you guys, I just want to say that, you know, keep grinding it out. I cannot wait to watch you guys fight on the battleship, and then we'll have you guys on again, and we'll talk about, you know, those fights. And look, good luck in the you're in the police academy or the state police academy. I got a question. Hang on. David Simmons, it says Alex and Dan are two great role models to the youth at Bernardo's Boxing. Happy to have my two boys. See how they work and interact with each other. Love the Naveed family. That look, man, that says it all right there. I want to thank David for joining into the show, and go over to the Neutral Corner, give the Neutral Corner page a like, and share the show so that there are other people that can see what Bernardo's Boxing is doing, and the success that you guys have had over there, man. All right, really, I'm gonna shoot you some questions, right? We're gonna have a little fun here. So let's take a deep breath. All right, here we go. This one's to Dan. Favorite actor?
Favorite actor? I don't really got one right now.
No? All right, so I'll switch it up for you. Favorite movie of all time? You only can pick one.
I like Dumb and Dumber. I don't really watch. I don't really watch movies, but that's one movie I watched growing up.
All right, Alex, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
You got a favorite actor?
Favorite actor, probably Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Nice. Okay. Favorite artist? Singing, rapping, whatever. Rock and roll band. Alex, you first.
That's a good one. I'd probably have to go with either Drake or J. Cole, maybe.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right, Dan, you.
I like 50 Cent and Lil Baby.
Nice. So you guys listen to different music. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. I like that. And so look, guys, keep grinding it out, man. I think you guys are doing good, and keep working with each other. Look, man, listen to Coach Aaron, because he cares about you guys, and he cares about all his fighters, and he's going to set you up as best as he can to be successful. You know what I mean? You're going to fight for it, but I think you're going to be trained well. And I'm so happy to have you guys both on, and be able to talk with you, and just get an idea of what you guys are like. And it was nice to see you guys. You guys didn't have to fight, but you guys were like ringside watching everything. Everything. You didn't move. I was walking around, and I seen you, and I came back and talked to you. I walked around a little more, and you were there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Leonard Langley, he's the trainer of oh my God, Leonard. I'm so sorry. I'm forgetting Daryl Coley, Too Sweet Coley, for Oscar De La Hoya. I don't know. You guys remember Oscar De La Hoya? Well,
Yes,
Daryl Coley, his trainer, just chimed in. Leonard Langley, and his simple answer was just train hard. And he's a legendary trainer. He's trained world champions, and that's what he said. He says, just train hard. Don't. And I could tell Leonard that what he means is keep the blinders on. Don't get caught up in all the bullshit. Don't get caught up in all the drama, and just keep your chin down. Train hard, and the success will come to you. You can't make it happen. You can't make a home run happen. The only way you hit a home run is if the pitcher makes a mistake, right? The only way you get a knockout is if your opponent makes a mistake. You just got to grind hard, outwork the next guy, because you're not the only one that wants to make it to the UFC, Dan. You're not the only one that wants to be a pro fighter, Alex. There are a lot of guys out there just like the both of you. But how are you going to separate yourself from them? Get as much sparring as you can. Do your road work. Do your sprints. Grind, no days off. All right? You live like they dream. You know what I mean? You work hard, and then you'll be living their dream while they're dreaming about it, because you worked your ass off for it. Leonard Langley, I want to thank you for joining in tonight and the Neutral Corner. It's great to have you. And he just agreed with me. He says, yeah. So continue to train hard, and it'll come to you. Your success will come to you. You can't make it come, but you can prepare for it. And I'm not going to wish you guys good luck. I was I was talking to Avert outside the other day after he won his fight at the first round, and it's not about luck. It's about preparation meeting opportunity. I think both you guys are well prepared for the opportunity ahead of you. So keep grinding, keep working hard, and tell mom and dad we said hello, and we thank them for producing two great young men in the sport of boxing and the UFC and just in the world, man. So thanks for coming on, and we'll see you soon, and we'll have you on again, man. Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate having us.
Yeah, thank you, JJ.
Thank you, JJ.
Absolutely, guys. Can't wait to have you on again. Have a great night.
You
Yeah,
too.
You too. Bye.
All right.
Sir.
All right. So there you go, man. Two great young men, I think, are going to be very successful in the sport of boxing. I think they're going to be successful in life. They have a great team behind them with mom and dad and friends and family, and that's what it takes is a good support system in any sport. You know what I mean? And I think they both have that. They train hard, and like Aaron says, you know, there's a time to you got to kind of pull back with them because they train so hard. So yeah, man, Battle Belts final is so if you go to the neutral corner, we're sharing the information for these fights on our page. But if you go, so if you go to the neutral corner on Facebook and give the page a like, you'll get all the information. If you go over to Bernardo's Boxing and like their page, you'll get all the information. There's a great tournament going on right now. One of the probably the biggest going on right now, and they'll have fights next weekend. And the winners move on. It's like a playoff bracket. There you go, right there. Thank you, Justin. Saturday, July 20th. Tickets are $30. Battle for the Belt Week 2. Doors at 5. First bell at 6 p.m. And I had the opportunity to go to the first week, and it was great. It was really, really good. And then all the winners in the final and make it to the championship or the battleship is great. And that's going to be on August 10th at 2024. I don't want to give out too much information on that now, but you can get all that information. If you have any questions, call 508-493-9556. And I'll say that again, 508-493-9556. Give them a call, and they'll give you all the information you want, ticket information, all that stuff. Leonard Langley say, you got to see my grandson. He's coming along good, Jerry. I love that, and I'm sure he's in good hands. My grandson, as well, has been hitting the mitts, and we got to do a little more, and that's on me. And he's young. He's only 5, but you got to start him young in it. You know what I mean? So. And have fun with it, and let them decide when they want to do it, not to push the issue. But I want to thank everybody for joining in tonight. And if you could go over to our YouTube page, if you type in Jerry Souza on the YouTube page, you'll get the neutral corner. Give us a subscribe, hit the little bell, and you'll know when we go live. You'll get a notification. And if you can go over to the Facebook page called the Neutral Corner, and give us a like, and it would be well appreciated as we are growing. And we're going to be. What do we got here? So yeah, we're growing, and I can only grow my show, and because of the fans that like the page and go on the page. Now look, we've had people join in the conversation, so you're able to join in the conversation when we have a guest. You can, just chime in, man. Just write in the comments your questions to the guest, and we'll answer them. We had David on today with questions. We had Justin. We had Alex. We had Leonard Langley, great coach of the one of the great fighters, Daryl Too Sweet Coley, and others. That's not his only fighter he's trained. He's trained others also. So yeah, go over to the Facebook page and look at the Neutral Corner. Give us a like. That would be great. And help us grow, help us share our content. We're going to have other fighters, other gyms on, and our mission is to give all these gyms a platform to be able to come on and talk about their gym, talk about the programs they have at their gym, let their fighters come on and express themselves, and talk about their journey through boxing. It's not about me, and it's not about the Neutral Corner. We want to be able to assist these gyms and these young fighters throughout their career and give them an opportunity to come on and tell their story. I think boxing is a great sport. It helps a lot of great youth, and it's great exercise too. If you think you're in shape, right? If you think you got all the muscles, you think you're in shape, I challenge you to hit a bag for 3 minutes. All right, and then we'll see how much shape you are. I am in no shape to hit a bag for 3 minutes. I can tell you that right now. But if you think you're in shape, I just want you to hit the bag for 3 minutes. Is what I mean about boxing. It's a tough sport, and it's a sport, right? And I know sometimes, oh, it's a violent sport, and we can't this, that, and the other thing. Well, look, there's referees, there's weight classes, there are rules, and it's a very safe sport. A lot safer than a lot of the sports you got in high school. I'm definitely going to have another panel on where we can talk about high school boxing. I really believe that boxing can help inner city youth around. I mean, you just look at the successes that gyms have had with young fighters, and you go back and you look at the fighters in the 90s. I mean, even in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and listen to their stories. Boxing has saved their lives, and I think it'll be a great high school sport if it's done correctly. I think you do it with USA Boxing involvement and get the right coaches that mean well and want to do the right thing. I'm going to have another panel on where we can talk about high school boxing. So that's what the Neutral Corner is about, is giving these gyms an opportunity to come on and promote their gym, promote their programs, and promote their fighters, and let their fighters tell their story. That's what's important. That's what's important. And that's what the Neutral Corner wants to do. So I want to thank everybody for joining in tonight. This is Jerry from the Neutral Corner. Hey, everything behind that jab, and you're going to be okay. Have a great night. Thank you, Justin, and thank you for everybody joining in the chat. And share the show and let people know. The show's live, and you can join in the chat. And if you know of somebody that wants to come on, if you know of a gym, if you know of a fighter, contact me, message me on the Neutral Corner, and we'll talk about it. That's what it's about, is giving them the opportunity. So again, before I keep rambling, thank you and have a great night. This is Jerry from the Neutral Corner.
Right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes